important is community to you? Can you imagine the constant harassment and stress of being ridiculed by your colleagues on a day-to-day basis? What if it was harassment that spanned all facets of your life? With no sense of place in the community, anthropomorphic promotional representatives can become as trapped in social cages as the real-life animals they mimic for employment. Meet Elijah, a 27-year-old APR. Elijah looks at the city of Adelaide through the eyes of Pockets the Panda, a character designated to him 2 years ago. While most children love Pockets the Panda, the daily life of an APR can be one of anxiety and depression, so much so that APRs are under contract to attend mandatory counselling sessions every fortnight. Join Channel 4's Pandemonium with Pockets as we pander to our legislative requirement for local content.
I was in the library when I saw the ad. Big opportunities for outgoing, fun-loving people, it said. So I guess that being a promotional panda wasn't exactly what I had in mind, especially after 7 years at uni, finishing my PhD in creative writing. I don't know what I was expecting. Dreams are for sleeping. That's what my mother always told me. And the idea that I wouldn't get the job is even more alarming, frankly, and ironic. Is it that I'm too much of a failure to be a promotional panda, or just enough of a failure? Just right, I suppose. Well, my turn stopped there. I've got to go and work now.
From day to day, APRs face the elements, verbal and physical abuse, and a constant stream of children fighting for their love and attention. As a panda in Adelaide, this is no different for Elijah.
Check this out.
Hey, you said your boss didn't want that we could only get shots of you working.
I find there's somewhat of a glass ceiling when it comes to being a promotional panda, you know? It's not a very high one. I mean, they even made me pay for the suit. Can you believe that? It means I can't quit. Like, if I did, I'd be the guy who has a panda costume in his house for no good reason. And that's weird. I don't want that. I graduated from my arts degree and went straight into postgrad. I always liked art, so I wrote plays, but people aren't great, you know? So I used paper puppets instead, yeah? But clearly that wasn't much of a success. I sent like my tapes to arty places, but I think that my work isn't wanky enough for them. I'll show you what I mean. Like, these are just two. I mean, I can show you more later after peak pedestrian time, but right now I have to go and work. Do I just leave the mic on while you go? Never mind, I don't want the camera to make my life worse. All right, so now you're gonna see what a PhD creative writing can do for you. Thank you. Thank you. See Australia's giant panda, man?
Fooled it, because you've just taken your costume off, so now we know you're a real person.
Or did they think I was? See Australia's giant pandas? Thank you so much.
So what are your biggest problems?
Oh, day to day, my biggest problems are blanking and Candace. I'll show you what I mean. I'll use the puppets. First, blanking. Like, here I am just trying to do my job, and you know, say a girl comes along, I just sort of ask her, would you like a pamphlet? She says, oh no, just keep walking, I'll just keep ignoring you. It's like, why are you doing that? I'm just trying to do my job. Don't you see that? But that is nowhere near as annoying as Candace. Candace is the worst type of person. Like, she'll come onto my turf and then it will both be there so that none of us hand out any pamphlets. Candace is a ruiner. God damn it, Candace.
Oi! Candace, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here. Can't you see you're not wanted? Why don't you just go? No, just don't cross this line. You, worst type of person.
After the altercation with Candace the Communist, our team followed Lucy, Elijah's defender, to investigate the rare defence of an APR.
I see that guy, Elijah, most days of the week. And when I say we, I mean me and my goldfish, Dakota Fanning, we decided to live in Chinatown because they don't check your credit references there, and that's really important to us. I see Panda Guy, Elijah, there as well because he works at Chinatown on the weekends, which is sad really because he's a panda and it's Chinatown. I think that's messed up.
Lloyd Green provides counselling to over a dozen APRs in Adelaide, and Elijah is one of his major clients.
Yes, much like dentistry, APRs have higher rates of anxiety and depression than most other professions. Most wouldn't even consider APRs a profession, but in Elijah's case, I feel that after 7 years it certainly should be. He has been my longest running APR client. Let me show you something. As you can see here, on this graph, the longer one works in the field of anthropomorphic promotional representation, the worse one feels in terms of feeling anxious, stressful, or inferior, which is bad. It's actually quite ironic in Elijah's case because he's portraying an animal which often refuses to couple, which, in my personal opinion, is exactly what he needs. It is actually quite ironic.